All right, hello and welcome. Today we're going to go on a pretty incredible journey. And no, we're not blasting off to outer space or diving to the bottom of the ocean. Instead, we're going to explore a secret world that's hidden right under our feet. Yep, we're uncovering the amazing, kind of mysterious world of tree roots. So, let's just dive right in. So, picture this. You're looking at this absolutely huge, magnificent tree. You see the mighty trunk, you see all those leaves, the branches just stretching up to the sky. It's a total giant. But have you ever really stopped and wondered, what's the secret? What's holding this whole thing up? I mean, how does it not just blow over in the wind? And where is it getting all its food and water from?
Well, to find that answer, we've got to do a little exploring. We actually need to travel down, way down, beneath the grass, under the soil, into what you could call the hidden half of the tree. So come on, let's journey underground.
Okay, get ready for this, because it might just flip everything you think you know about trees right on its head. See, we only ever see what's above the ground, right? But a huge part of the tree, sometimes even the biggest part, is its root system. For a lot of trees, the roots actually spread out wider than the tree is tall. Think about that. Like a pine tree that's 18 feet high, its roots could be spreading out 35 feet wide. That's incredible.
So all this busy activity underground isn't just for show. Roots have three, let's call them big jobs, that are super important for keeping the whole tree strong and healthy. Let's break them down.
First up is job number 1, anchorage. I mean, think about it. The roots spread out, and they just grip the soil. It's like they have 1,000 tiny hands holding on for dear life. They're basically a ship's anchor, holding that tree tight in the ground so that even when the wind is howling, it stands tall and doesn't fall over.
All right, job number 2 is absorption. A tree gets thirsty and hungry just like us, and its roots, they're basically a massive network of straws. And the real heroes here are these tiny little things called root hairs that cover the roots. They're the ones doing the hard work, sucking up all the water and the essential nutrients from the soil that the tree absolutely needs to live and grow. And finally, their third big job, storage. You can think of the roots as the tree's personal pantry. So, during the summer, when the leaves are busy making tons of food from sunlight, the tree sends any of the extra sugars and starches down to the roots to just save for later. And this stored up energy is absolutely crucial for surviving the cold winter and then, boom, bursting with new leaves in the spring.
Now, you might be thinking a root is a root, right? But nope, nature is way more creative than that. Turns out, different trees have developed totally different kinds of root systems to survive in all sorts of environments. So let's meet the two main players.
Okay, so on one hand, we've got the taproot system. This is where you have one big, thick main root that just grows straight down, kind of like a carrot. This is great for finding water that's buried deep in the soil, and it gives the tree a super strong anchor. Then, on the other hand, you've got the fibrous root system. Now, this is a whole web of lots of thinner, smaller roots that spread out really wide but close to the surface. Think about the roots of grass. This system is amazing for soaking up rainwater right away, and it does a fantastic job of holding the soil together.
So when you think of a giant tree, like a huge oak or a massive redwood, what do you picture underground? You probably imagine one giant taproot just plunging deep into the earth, right? I mean, it just makes sense for a big tree to have a big root. But is that actually what's happening down there?
Okay, prepare to be surprised. It turns out that only about 2% of trees actually have that classic, deep taproot. That's it, just 2%. The vast majority of trees, we're talking even the giant sequoias, have a shallow, fibrous root system that spreads out really wide, not deep. It just goes to show you, most trees are held up by a wide net, not some deep spike.
And if you thought that was cool, just wait. Some trees have to live in really tough places, like swamps or literally on the side of a cliff. And to survive, their roots have developed some absolutely mind-blowing adaptations. Seriously, these are roots with what you could call actual superpowers.
I mean, just check out how adaptable these things can be. In swampy areas where there's basically no oxygen in the soil, you've got mangrove trees that grow breathing roots. They literally grow upwards, out of the water like little snorkels to get air. Then there are aerial roots that grow right out in the open air. Think of banyan trees. Their roots can form whole new trunks or even be woven into living bridges. And you've got cliffhanger roots that can wedge themselves into solid rock to just hang on. And get this, the record for the deepest root ever found, it belongs to a wild fig tree in South Africa. Its root went 400 feet down into a cave just to find water. 400 feet!
But wait, it gets even more amazing. Beyond just helping one single tree, roots have another incredible function. What if I told you that roots help trees talk to each other? No, I'm serious. Right beneath the forest floor, there is a secret communication network, a kind of biological internet that scientists sometimes call the Wood Wide Web.
So how in the world does that work? Well, it's all thanks to these amazing things called mycorrhizae. Say it with me, mycorrhizae. These are basically super helpful fungi friends. They partner up with the tree roots, weaving themselves in and around them and connecting all the different trees together into this massive underground web that can stretch for miles and miles.
And it is a brilliant trade. The tree, it makes all this sugar from sunlight through photosynthesis, so it gives some of that sugary food to its fungi friends. And in return, the fungi, whose tiny little threads are way better at exploring the soil than the roots are, bring back all sorts of hard-to-reach water and nutrients for the tree. It's a total win-win.
But this network is for more than just trading supplies. Through these fungal connections, a big, healthy tree that's getting lots of sun can actually send sugars over to a smaller, struggling neighbor that's stuck in the shade. And even crazier, if one tree gets attacked by bugs, it can send out a chemical warning signal through the network. It's basically telling the other trees, hey, danger's coming, get your defenses ready.
Okay, so after our big journey underground, what are the main things to remember? Let's do a quick recap. 1. Roots are the tree's hidden half, the anchor holding it down. 2. They're like straws soaking up water and all the good stuff from the soil. 3. And this is the big surprise, most trees have shallow, wide roots, not one deep taproot. 4. Some roots have incredible superpowers that let them survive almost anywhere. And 5. Trees use a fungi internet to share resources and communicate. Pretty cool, right?
It's really easy to forget about something when you can't see it. There's this great quote from a tree expert, John Stokes, who said the only time most people think about roots is in that few seconds before you put them in the ground. And it's so true. But as we've just found out, what's happening below the surface is just as important, maybe even more important, than what we see up top.
So why does any of this matter to you? Well, here's a really simple way you can be a hero for the trees right in your own neighborhood. Next time you're near a tree, look at the very bottom of the trunk. See where it kind of flares out right before it goes into the ground? That's called the root flare, and that part needs to breathe. It is not supposed to be buried. If you pile a bunch of mulch or soil over it, you can actually suffocate the tree and make it sick. So if you remember one thing, remember this: let the root flare breathe.
So the next time you walk through a park or you're out in a forest, I want you to just pause for a second. Think about that incredible, bustling world that's happening right underneath your shoes. What kind of warnings are being sent out right now? What food is being shared? Just imagine what secret conversations might be happening in that vast hidden network right under your feet.